All right, let's get into it. You know, it feels like every single day there's a new AI tool everyone's talking about. But we're going to take a totally different approach here. We're going to talk about the 5 human skills that are absolutely timeless, the ones that'll help you do more than just survive. They'll help you actually thrive in this new age of AI. So, let's get started.
And this quote, this really hits the nail on the head. This is our whole philosophy for today. I mean, instead of just chasing the next shiny tool, we're going to focus on 5 core skills. These are the skills that make you the one who actually knows how to wield the technology, making you absolutely essential in any job, in any industry.
Okay, so let's kick things off with skill number 1, prompt intelligence. Seriously, think of this as the new language we're all learning to speak. It's how we collaborate with AI, and honestly, it's a non-negotiable if you really want to get powerful results.
So what does that actually mean? Well, think about it like this. AI is like this incredibly brilliant intern, but one that takes everything you say literally. So prompt intelligence is simply the art and science of asking the right questions. It's about giving it those super clear instructions so it doesn't just give you an answer, it gives you the answer you were looking for.
Okay, let's put this into practice. Imagine you're a marketer. A beginner might just type in, write some ad copy. And you know what you'll get back? Something super generic. But a pro? A pro with prompt intelligence will say something like, generate 5 different ad concepts for an Instagram story. The target audience is millennials who care about sustainability. Make sure there's a strong call to action about our flash sale. See the difference? That's not just a response, that's a potential game changer for your campaign.
All right, so you've learned how to talk to AI. Now, let's talk about how to build with it. This brings us to our next couple of skills, which really go hand in hand: systems thinking and creative adaptability. These two are the real keys to unlocking what AI can truly do.
First up in this pair is skill number 2, systems thinking. This is all about taking a step back and seeing the big picture. Seeing the whole forest, not just the individual trees. It's about designing smart workflows that just work.
Basically, this is where you go from just being a user of different apps to being an architect of your own system. You're connecting all the dots, linking different tools, setting up automations to build this smooth, efficient process. The magic here is that it automates all the boring stuff, freeing you up to focus on the work that actually requires your brain, the creative, strategic thinking. Just look at this example for a freelancer. A client request comes in and boom, it automatically triggers a task in Notion AI, which then drafts a project outline. Then something like Zapier creates a project folder, and it even sends a notification to the client that you've started. The freelancer literally didn't have to touch a thing. That's the power of systems thinking. You're building your own well-oiled machine that runs in the background.
Okay, so AI is an amazing tool, right? But it definitely has its limits. It can pump out content, sure, but it can't create soul. It can't create that human connection. And that's where you come in. This is skill number 3, creative adaptability.
Think of this as being a master chef. AI gives you the raw ingredients, the text, the data, the images. But it's your job to take those raw materials and transform them into something special. It's about sprinkling in your unique voice, your creative vision, your humanity to make it resonate with other people.
And I mean, just look at the difference here. On one side, you have the raw AI output. It's efficient, it's logical, but it's kind of generic. It's just a starting point. On the other side, you have what a human can do with it. Make it resonant, empathetic, unique, and memorable. You're turning a draft into a finished story. That ability to connect with people on an emotional level, that's what will always set you apart. Okay, we've talked a lot about how to work with AI. So for our last 2 skills, let's switch gears and talk about how we work with ourselves and with each other in a world full of this tech. Let's get into digital productivity and emotional intelligence.
So let's tackle skill number 4, digital productivity. And I think it's time we really redefine what productivity even means. It's not about cramming more tasks into your day. It's about focusing your energy on the few things that truly matter.
In today's world, your ability to focus, that's your superpower. And digital productivity is all about protecting that superpower. It's about strategically handing off all those routine, mind-numbing tasks to AI. Why? So you can free up your mental bandwidth for the deep, important, strategic work that only you can do.
I mean, just think about it. Imagine never having to compile another weekly performance report, or summarize a super long document, or type out those standard client updates, or do mind-numbing data entry. When you automate these things, you're not just getting time back, you're actually creating the space to do the work you love, the stuff that really gets you excited.
And that brings us to our 5th and final skill,
And honestly, this might be the most important one of all. As technology gets more and more integrated into our work, we cannot lose sight of our humanity. That's why emotional intelligence with tech is so critical for building teams that are not just efficient, but also strong and connected.
So what are we talking about here? We're talking about the ability to manage real human collaboration in teams that are using all these AI tools. It's about leading with real empathy, communicating clearly through all the digital noise, and building a culture where people actually trust each other. It's about using tech to make us more human, not less.
Man, I love this quote. It's so true. Empathy is the glue. It's a great reminder that all the tech in the world can make you efficient, but it's the human connection that actually makes you effective. The best leaders, the ones building incredible teams, they get this. They know how to weave the technology and the humanity together.
Okay, we've just walked through 5 absolutely essential skills to help you thrive with AI. So, now what? What does this all add up to? Let's pull it all together and talk about how these skills combine to give you a truly irreplaceable advantage.
So there you have it, 5 skills: prompt intelligence, systems thinking, creative adaptability, digital productivity, and emotional intelligence. Each one is powerful on its own, for sure. But the real magic, the secret sauce, is when you start weaving them all together.
And this, right here, is the big takeaway. This is what makes you irreplaceable. It's the combination of your human insight with the machine's precision. So the goal isn't to be afraid of AI, it's to master the human skills that put you in the driver's seat. When you do that, when you combine your unique perspective with the power of this technology, you are genuinely unstoppable.
Look, the tools are going to change. They change every week, it feels like. But your ability to adapt, that is absolutely timeless. The skill of being able to learn, to grow, and to figure out how to use these new tools, that's the one thing that will never, ever go out of style.
So, you've got the roadmap. You have these 5 keys that can unlock your potential in this new world. So the real question now isn't about the tech, it's about you. What new opportunities are you going to create? What are you going to build? The future really is in your hands.